going well.
It's going. We're right here. We're good. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wanderhome here at Rep RPG. I am Kat. I am your storyteller, and this is either gonna be a trauma-filled episode or a tea shop episode. We're gonna figure it out as we go.
We can do both. I need you to understand that we could
The
find trauma
cast
in the
knows.
tea.
I can. The steam of the tea just makes shapes and gives people PTSD. It's fine.
The tea is scalding.
The tea is scalding. So yeah, this is our Sunday morning stream. We started a little late today, so we're gonna go a little late, but my players already said it's fine, so we're good. Words. I don't know how to intro things, so I'm gonna make other people do it. Ryan, who are you? What are you doing?
I've been trying to figure that out since the day I was born. It was
It's a bit young to have an existential crisis, isn't it?
30 years ago. But my name is Ryan. I play on Indigo Chameleon a lot. I also play over here on Rep RPG. You can find me on Spotify, Google Play, all that good stuff for a podcast called Jousting to Jacinto, where I DM another home game of D&D 5e. But I'm playing Jericho, your good postman moth carrier.
Yes. I went on order in my screen and not
nowhere
that
close to the order
it's
it
fine.
is in.
It's cool. It's fine. Curtis, your turn. You go.
Oh, it's my turn.
Salvage.
Hello, my name's Curtis. I play Civil Snaps in Wanderhome here. I also play on another stream as a Goliath at the moment on a stream called Proficiency Bonus on Twitch. We stream every Tuesday with that game called Del Requisite. We're having a special episode either, I think, this week or next week. It's going to be fun. It's really going to be a surprise if you've been following along, but it's going to be great. You can follow my art Instagram at curtis.west on Instagram. And yeah.
Hello. All right. Xander, your turn.
Hey there. I am Xander, he, him pronouns. I am playing Mama, your local sheepdog bee shepherd. Anywhere that's worth finding me, you can find me at Magic for Mayhem on most things. And this is the only place that I do things on the internet, like streaming wise. So that's it.
Mocats, you go.
Hi, I'm Mocats, and evidently I identify as having several things in my left eye today.
What a mood.
Wow.
What's your gender? Left eye.
What a pull.
Nothing on Indigo Chameleon for this week, but next week I'm Thursday night DM in The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And then starting next month, I'm going to be DMing a limited series on Girls Run These Worlds. It is a all-female run stream here on Twitch. Only been in existence for about a couple months, but things are going really well. They have really great, 50% POC cast regulations. Like it's really like wholesome and bringing a lot of really cool people to D&D. I'm really excited to be a part of it. And I'll be running Candlekeep Mysteries for them starting next month. So that'll be on Fridays. I'm stoked. But
That's
otherwise,
awesome.
Please find us here. And I'm playing sadness in the form of an otter named Sawyer.
My sleep,
I love them so much.
I love Sawyer so much.
I love Sawyer so much.
Hashtag find that rock.
Oh my god. Hashtag justice for rocks.
Justice for rocks. Pixie, who are you? What are you doing?
I feel very boring. I'm Pixie. I'm a disaster gremlin today. I am one half of the couple who runs this channel, usually. I've forgotten everything else about myself. I'm also a cozy streamer on my own channel at Chaos Pixie Magic, and I'm just currently scrambling to finish the last book in my series so I can move on to anything else ever.
What's your book called, Pixie?
Oh, the book series is called The Mapweaver Chronicles, and book 5 is going to be finishing if it fucking kills me by the end of July. Like,
you got it.
I will do 24-hour marathons.
Yeah.
I will just goddamn live on stream writing and make people jump scare me if I stop. Like, come on.
I will sit behind you the entire time with different masks.
I'll punch you in the face. They can do it through the computer. Like, fuck. That's me.
Yeah, and again, I am Kat. You can find me here Sunday mornings DMing this game, and also Friday nights where I play a vampire who, God bless her soul, is doing her best.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
who just got cursed with a bane because she made a friend. Don't make friends.
Friendship is magic. It's the wrong kind.
Friendship is cursing you for the rest of your life, apparently.
Apparently.
And then you can also catch me on, God, Curtis, what's our company's name?
Marquee Artery.
God, thank you. Marquee Artery Productions. Me and Curtis run that thing, and we're doing shows, and one of them is I'm going to make Curtis go back to it and run on Reddit, and that's going to be super fun. And I'm going to kick his butt until he run it.
That was a secret. That was a secret. The whole thing of that was a secret.
It's fine. No, it's fine. No one who's here is doing horror. I promise you.
Can confirm.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. God, let's start a game, shall we? You guys ready? To start a game? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
All right. Sure. All right.
Sure.
I'm gonna start this game with a scene that none of you are in. I'm gonna start this game with us looking upon a sprawling desert as a rabbit person walks into a cave. This rabbit is very aware where they are not supposed to be as they sneak into the grave of the slobbering god. The slobbering god was killed many years ago. The slobbering god was killed by King Fritz, who took the heaven blade from the Lifebringer and threw it through the slobbering god's chest. And our little rabbit friend has sticky fingers and wants the heaven blade to herself. So some type of artifact is something that is worth so much, but it was buried inside the slobbering god's chest. So evading traps, evading anything that would stop her in this cave, she enters a very decorated room, pulls aside a door that keeps the slobbering god at bay, keeps the slobbering god his final resting place. And as she opens the door, both a god and a sword are missing. And we come back across the ocean, across the continent, to a little run shack town with 1 million hot air balloons. And we zoom in to Mama wrapping this little bunny boy in a big hug as you guys get to meet Mama's son.
Aww.
That's very cute.
Oh, goodness.
Ryan missed the first part of that. That was not cute.
I'm blissfully ignorant of the entire story. It's fine.
It's how you guys. Elmer is a black and white bunny who has bright red eyes and is currently looking a little frazzled, but is super excited to see Mama and is both wanting to catch up with you and talk to you, but also opening the shop by himself at the same time.
As one does.
That's where we start.
Oh goodness, I'm so sorry for catching you off guard. I should have written back to you or something before I just kind of came and showed up here.
Mama, you're always welcome. You're always welcome to come see me. It's just the hot air balloon stopped some of my workers coming through, so I'm by myself right now, and it's a little hectic is all.
Yeah, the timing this morning has been something, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We can listen.
Can we
if
help
you
at
want
all?
us to come back, want us to come back in a little hour, we can totally do that. Or if you don't mind us, sitting at a table or something, we can
Oh,
we
no,
can hang out
absolutely,
here,
please.
wait for you to
Please.
open up.
No, please take a table, sit down. I'll bring you guys something to drink. Absolutely.
Sounds good.
So
I'm excited to see what you whip up for me.
Elmer takes you guys to this table. The table is pretty high off the ground, but also because each chair is a swing.
Oh yes, that's the thing.
So each of you can get onto a swing, and he goes, I also have a table that don't have swings for easy accessibility for people who don't want to swing back and forth. I find it
We
relaxing.
all look at Sybil. Like,
What?
Sybil, do you want to get on a swing?
Fine.
Strong arm me into it, why don't you?
Yeah.
You all get onto these little swings as Elmer is running around quickly, trying to whip you guys up something and also open up the rest of the shop. So you guys have this time to talk if you have anything you guys want to talk about with each other.
Oh goodness.
Well, this is great.
No, good.
Are we
We're
all
gonna
good?
sit here and stare at each other. It's fine.
Just waiting.
Just waiting.
So, anybody read any good books lately?
I don't know. Did you ask the otter with the rocks?
Oh yeah, how's that coming? Did we find that rock? Did I miss that?
Oh, I mean, geez, bud, if you were paying any ounce of attention at all, you'd know that
Hey,
one
man,
of
it's
the
really hard.
Fox's gods happened to find me, a replacement rock for the time being.
It was a whole
It'll
thing.
have to do.
It was a whole thing, man.
I feel like I missed that out. I feel like I missed that.
If you would pay attention to where your friends were walking.
If I
every
paid
once in a while-
attention, we have a
Fox is
schedule to
sketching,
fix.
sketching like an exaggerated caricature version of this argument in her little book. Like she's got this little like.
Listen, I said I would distribute. I didn't have to pay for supplies.
Elmer comes back with a black tea that's soaked in honey. So that's what you guys have in front of you is this tea soaked in honey as people start coming in, start to sit down, and Elmer starts looking more frazzled as he suddenly has to do all this stuff by himself. This poor little guy. He just do his best, but he starts running around taking orders and things like the such. It gives you guys some black honey tea.
When he comes by with that, I'm gonna stop him. Honey, do you need help? I can run the register if you want to make some drinks. I can take people's orders. I don't mind.
That I hate that you just showed up and then you just didn't work. I don't.
It's okay.
That would be a lot of help if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, thank you so much. He like gives his blue wrath of relief.
Not even a worry at all. Don't even worry your little head about it. Let's go. You start making some drinks. Let me get me in like a notepad. We got like a notepad or something. I can write all these orders
and he
down.
gives you a notepad and pen.
Perfect.
Pencils exist.
Sure.
Pencil. Sure.
Works for me.
It's my world. Pencils exist. Anyway, I'm not using quills. Get out of here. Is anyone else
If
gonna
we
help?
have hot air balloons, we have fucking pencils.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to help run this little tea shop, or you guys just sit and watch it and Mama do whatever she wants to do?
Little Fox is going to help as she wanted to help earlier, and it's not socially acceptable to just jump in. That's not how. Oh, okay, cool. So the moment she's given permission,
yeah,
she's gonna fucking. She would like very, very much, to have Wick help her keep drinks warm as she takes them to tables. Like, be hot.
Horrible.
Thank you. You are a candle.
Wick is
she's gonna
Wick
run
is
the-
the tiniest candle god.
Yeah,
yes.
that's she would like to take drinks to tables. She'd like to be
Yeah,
the best
okay, so
waitress this town's ever fucking known.
Okay, so Mama's taking orders. Fox is bringing out orders. Anyone else want to help with anything?
I can help. I guess keep like the collar, like the order. Like people who work at Waffle House know this. The order gets taken, and then that person reads off that
Yeah.
order. That's what Jericho's doing.
Okay,
He's things in
perfect.
order, but he's also lending Jerry out to unnamed Fox to help out if the trays get too big. He can like put it between his wings and.
So you have a moth friend to help you carry things. Are you using any of your other gods? to
Yeah,
help?
I would like. I think that Lilt would actually be really good at this. Because he can move fast and he has opposable thumbs. Because he looks like a
does.
monkey. Like,
I
love-
will.
if he
I
would
will
like,
let you
I never
know.
am going to force them. But if they would
No,
like,
of course
to help,
not. Lilt is nervous and dead.
I would like to specifically.
is-
Yes.
This is a lot of people in this
Yes.
tea shop right now, and he is a dead creature, so people might not like him.
May I instead ask if he wants to help just the bunny and Mama, like in the back?
Yes. So you ask him, and he goes, I can try.
I believe in
and-
you.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. And she's actually gonna she's actually gonna send
Fun fear.
she's gonna send Dulcet with him. Because as bitchy as she is, I feel like she actually can calm him down, okay? Like,
She is the supervisor.
Yeah.
Dulcet, your little cat moth,
Yeah.
jumps out of her little box, and her and Lilt head off to the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's very soon that Lilt absolutely helps with like making the tea, and he's very good at it. Dulce, you'll hear from the kitchen a little like sing song, like whistle while you work type of
Oh my
songing
God.
coming from Dulcet,
Oh my god.
who is a god of tiny melodies. So
Oh
she's
my
just singing
I love them.
and keeping everyone a little happy as they go.
Ah!
Sawyer or Sybil, you guys gonna do anything?
So I know the tiny god is nervous and dead. Sawyer's nervous and alive, unfortunately. So they are like swinging, right? And they like go to help, but they realize that on this very nice little swing that somebody probably worked really hard to make, there are two inky paw prints on either side of the rope.
No.
So Sawyer's probably holding on to them just out of like fear that somebody's gonna notice, because like they've been here for 5 whole minutes. Like it's not. So Sawyer will probably like slide off and guiltily look back at the paw prints,
Mhm.
and then like sheepishly go to ask Mama, like, "Oh, hey there, bud. Quick question. Do you have maybe like a pair of gloves that I could borrow so I can help you guys? Do you think that's okay?"
I would
mean,
say
listen.
being a bee tender, you probably do have gloves.
And listen, we all need some gloves from time to time. Let's go. I got a pair of gloves for you. She'll just like kind of ruffle around in her skirt a little bit, kind of open up a pocket, see what's in there. No, that's not it. I've opened up a different pocket. Oh, there, I got some gloves for you. And just like kind of pull them out. They're probably like a little bit of a almost gardening gloves style, where it's like they're meant to prevent like stings, the occasion,
Yeah.
and like thorns and stuff. I do tend to bees, so
Mhm. So
We
you
might be
have
animals, but we
these
follow
little
OSHA
gloves.
violations.
you have these little gloves for you, so you don't make a mess of anything else.
Okay. Cool.
Mama, take a token for lending your gloves. Civil,
Yeah.
are you doing anything?
What? Yeah.
Huh? Yes, God.
Sybil looks
What
up
it do?
from its swing. What?
Yeah,
um,
Sawyer will be on dish duty, by the way.
Oh,
Did
see,
you?
that's what I was
Oh,
gonna do. That's what I was gonna do. I can't show my face. I'm wanted.
You can both be on
Listen.
dish duty.
There's a
There's
lot
Sawyer
of
just-
dishes. It's okay.
I'm gonna ask
This
this.
is our
Sawyer,
big
do you
job.
do you need gloves to wash dishes?
Yeah.
Maybe you should.
Sawyer's convinced
wash
the
your
ink like
gloves.
oozes out of her like
I
blood.
swear.
So she's like, even if she washes her hands, like it's probably still gonna be
It's
a
embedded.
problem.
I also feel like Sawyer is going to be the one at the sink, but just like throwing either dishes, cups, or rocks around in the water because someone just like playing with starts playing with it, starts throwing it back and forth.
I also think like that Sybil washes and Sawyer dries. And that's what that is.
That's fine. Yeah.
Definitely need the gloves for that.
Yeah, Sybil will be washing dishes, but Sybil doesn't go through the front. Sybil kind of enters through the back. And Sybil's gonna put on one of those like, it's like you pretty much see the dishwasher with the cruddy like white apron and like I'm gonna do all of that. Like I'm gonna
the sous chef going on.
yeah.
Just ready to go. So
Yeah, just ready to go.
This is a well-oiled machine. It takes. You guys end up staying there pretty much all day because the witches downstairs are still learning. So they're still working on the whole travel thing. So anyone who works at this tea shop could not come into work today.
Oh.
And our sweet bunny boy is not evil, and it's like, yeah, man, just take the day off. It's fine. It's whatever. You couldn't help it. It's cool.
There's the fantasy in this world.
There's
Nice.
a fantasy in this
A
world
good
right
boss
there.
who like doesn't.
A
Yeah.
manager who isn't
Good.
going to punish you for things outside of your control.
Crazy.
Listen, I have to draw the line somewhere, Kat. I know I wanted escapism, but that is just
That's too much.
magic for me.
Scares me out of the
I
immersion.
shall cry.
Listen, do you think any child raised by mama would be any different? Look me in the eye and tell me
No.
that.
The lean
Absolutely
in on
not.
that. No.
What?
Absolutely
Xander
not.
says, no, I'll rewrite this whole game. Like,
So you guys spend the day
Because
taking orders.
if I saw my son treating his employees bad, he would get a talking to immediately. So sorry, don't tell you.
A good old southern talking to.
Pull my one long ear. Let's go.
Yep,
No.
let's go.
You guys spend the day. You guys spend the day washing, taking orders, helping out. It's a quick day. I need all of you get a token for helping.
Yay.
I'll get a token. And before you know it is the end of the day. Like it seems to pass by so quickly. But the last dish has been washed, dried, and put away. And Elmer sets out a dinner for you guys. Elmer didn't make it. He ordered it from the place next door. And has a full little feast out for you guys on one of the tables, and you guys all sit around together.
Small Fox is going to make sure that her gods are fed before she fed and bathed, if she does tiny bathhouse time for them or whatever, especially a lilt. She's going to make sure that they are pampered and spoiled before she even sits down to try to eat.
So those, what do you feed them?
That's a good question. I like to think that, again, we discussed Dulcet getting something shiny, and I do still have to find a perfect treasure for her for being wonderful.
You do.
But I imagine she likes decadent little puddings with those like edible pearls on, like they have at the VR guest restaurant.
100%.
Like she likes those the gray stuff mousse. Like she loves it. So like a little angel food cake with that on. That's a fact because she's an angel.
She is.
Yes.
Dulcet has a few abilities.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So as you feed her this delicate little dessert that she absolutely loves, her wings start to glow. And as her wings glow, everybody here feels the safest you've ever felt in this moment.
Oh shit.
Everyone here feels safe and protected and loved. She can play up your emotions.
That's what I was wondering if that. I was like checking. I was like, is she doing the emotion thing? Oh my god,
yeah,
that's
doing
adorable.
the emotion. She's doing the emotion thing.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean she feels safe?
What do you feed Lilt?
So Lilt, I feel like she has tried in the past to also treat him decadently because she thinks he deserves it, but that he gets nervous about it, and so he does not feel like he deserves it. So she has opted for giving him very, very good, perfectly ripe like fruits.
Yeah.
And like the best. So like if there's a single bruise on this apple, it's not for him. It's a simple food. She gives him simple foods, but the best versions of simple foods. If this is not a perfectly sliced piece of bread, it's not for him. It can be bread, but it has to be flawlessly buttered and all these things just to like show him in little ways that he deserves to not be cast aside, even though he cannot handle rich, fine things. So she's giving him her version of fine things, but simple.
Okay. So he takes that, and for that he doesn't do anything that he does because he does a lot of scary things.
Yeah, that's okay.
What he is. But he kind of curls up, and he usually breathes very quickly and like is very skitterish. He calms.
No.
Because of Dulcet and everything else. He just kind of just lays and eats and chills out. What do you give Wit? Our tiniest boy.
Our tiniest boy. He was so warm and wonderful today. And I have a feeling Wick is actually a weirdly adventurous snail candle. And because he warms so many things that he would just be curious about everything. I imagine Light being curious. It wants
100%.
to go places. She asks. She basically has taken him along the line and lets him pick like if he'd like to. I imagine he wants to eat just a bowl of loose leaf tea with no water, just like the leaves.
Oh my gosh,
of one of the fancy mixes.
100%.
She'll pay Elmer for them, and they'll like a little bowl of the loose leaf bits.
Okay. Yeah. Albert doesn't let you pay him because you worked all day. So he just gives it to you. A Wick? What will Wick do with this? Oh.
Be the goodest.
Be the
He
goodest
will just
boy.
be the goodest boy.
boy.
Wick?
Goodest boy.
Wick is going to look at Civil.
Oh.
Show your true feelings.
And kind of tilts his head and just very slowly starts making his way towards Civil. It's gonna take him a minute, so let's move on for a moment. Do you feed Nadir?
I do feed the other ones, even if they didn't like help as much, because Nadir, I feel like would not have been super useful or interested in this, and Nameless God, I feel like she never specifically asks him unless it's an emergency, because him angry, and she wants him to feel loved and not abused or taken advantage of ever. Okay. So she does feed them though. I like to think that Nadir. What the fuck does Nadir eat?
You haven't talked to Nadir a lot, so you don't really know his personality yet.
No, but I'm just imagining because the can always rain on someone's parade. I'm just imagining that he really likes food that's gone wrong. Like he likes burnt toast. He enjoys buttered toast that has fallen butter side down. He enjoys like sandwiches with the crust cut off but not all the way. So it's like you know those ASMR videos where they do it wrong right at the wrong moment? He likes those kinds of foods. He likes square patties with round cheese instead of the other way around. Like he just likes slightly off the food.
Your god's a psychopath. Nice.
Love
Oh,
him.
no.
And your nameless god. What do you give him?
Weirdly, Teddy Fox gives him one of her comfort meals.
Okay.
She gives him, like a warm slice of pumpkin bread with like a really nice fruit jam on top, and like a hot cup of like spicy hot cocoa, like with the chili powder in, and like the good whipped cream on, and like marshmallows in the shape of a smiley face. Like she tries very hard without trying to cross boundaries with him, where she's like making gestures of love, but also is aware that he can attack.
You offer these foods to each of them. Nadir, Wick, the others, they all eat immediately. Your nameless god, there's not a show that he has eaten at the moment. But you turn away and then you look back and the cocoa's gone.
I'll take that as a win. Just the one. Okay, good, amazing. Hot cocoa for. She makes a note. She as she sits down, she plays it cool, but she adds to his page, which is much emptier than the other ones. As she is, or no, not even empty. It's filled with things she's tried and crossed out, and tried and crossed out, and tried and crossed out. And there's actually a lot of pages of him. It's just nothing's cohesive. Nothing is sure.
You haven't got a.
She finally draws this beautiful hot cocoa, and she draws it like glowing. She puts a smiley face on the mug. It's just very happy. Like you can tell, like she
He's
paints
got a small
this in,
whipped
like,
cream mustache.
It's a kawaii hot cocoa. It's so fucking cute. She's so goddamn excited that he liked one of the things. And she puts notes of exactly how she made it. She was like, marshmallows, 8 of them in smiley face. Chili, exactly 1 tablespoon of chili powder in this hot cocoa. Like, she makes fucking notes.
Love this.
She wants so badly for him to be okay.
Mama, what do you feed your bees?
So if there is honeycomb available, because you said there was like
absolutely.
tea, honey tea. There's honeycomb available. She'll just set up a little plate, kind of on like a smaller table next to them, and just kind of let him go to town.
100%. Oh yeah, they dig into this. It's great. Does anyone want to have any conversations at this little eating?
It's just a side comment. Anyone who's watched Pokemon can follow this with me. But you know those little donuts that like they always feed Pokemon? Those little. That's why I think Mama has 1,000 of them in just like her bag, and just like hands them out to little small versions of these bees.
I think they're called can kits.
Yeah, something like that. The little rice donuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jericho gives Jerry just tea, or just like tea leaves, because as I've just looked up, moths like tea. So like
they do.
I love that.
So Wick and Jerry share a giant bowl of tea leaves.
Oh my goodness.
They're best friends.
Yes,
they are. Oh my god. Wow.
It's like okay, they're playing with the service dog. Okay, it's doing its job, I guess. Wick, after all this, finally makes his way over to Civil. He's been doing it the whole time. He's getting there, chucking his little legs.
Stink eye the whole time.
Just like the Monsters University bit with the snail.
The whole film, late to class, the whole film,
the entire film.
Yep.
I carry Wick with me.
Just slowly eating while this is happening.
For him to get there.
And Wick stops in front of you. Just looks at you.
So, question: do I like know of Wick, or am I right? So I know like of him.
Yeah, it's all like, snail.
It's just a snail.
And then this is Fox's origin story as a villain. This is the villain origin story.
Fox really said, if anything happens to Wick, I'll kill everyone and then myself. Everyone in this room and then myself.
All of us did.
Civil
We all did, truly.
Civil looks up from like drinking his tea, like a tea leaf, like kind of like hanging out of his mouth as he like slowly like munches on it. Like I feel like an alligator cemetery, just slowly like munching on it. He kind of looks at Wick with like a slow like blink, and like lifts a hand and kind of just goes like this to
He
Wick.
glows a bit.
He glows a bit.
Yeah.
And it's like okay. And I was like, gonna look to Wick and being like, hello, old friend.
And he scoots closer to you.
He scoots closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I offer Wick some of my tea then?
Yeah.
Like I could like put it in front of Wick and like offer some of my tea.
Yeah.
Just kind of wait.
He'll like scroll over to it and he'll put like one little thing into it, and some of the tea will disappear into it. Then he'll pull it back out, and he'll scoot closer to you. He is now at the edge of the table, threatening to fall off towards you.
Okay, I pick up Wick.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna pick
he
up.
He would have fallen off the table.
Yeah, no. Can I pick up Wick and like kind of like put him on my shoulder?
Yeah.
Real quick.
you put Wick on your shoulder, and there is this overwhelming feeling of calm, like of all that jumbled in your brain, all of that worry. You take a breath for a moment,
You
and
can-
Wick knew that you needed just a calm moment.
So Civil kind of like takes a moment with as Civil like pats Wick like on his shoulder. He like takes a moment.
It's like
and-
petting a crystal.
Yeah, and he takes a moment and like takes a deep
Take
breath.
1d4 sharp damage. It's fine.
Is this the one? So real quick, I wanted to say like a little thing. Is this the one that was the whole thing with Civil? Do you know what I'm
No,
talking?
that's
No.
Nadir.
Okay.
Nadir is the raven-looking one.
Okay. Sorry, I keep.
No, it's okay.
Mixed up.
You're fine.
Okay. So I just like I've had Wick and I put my kind of like my head to theirs like a little bit and continue sipping my tea. It's just like calmly and just being like,
he just sits there for a little while.
and I'm gonna be like, I like this one. This one's not so bad.
We understand each other, you and I.
Yeah. I like this one.
Wick brightens up a little more, and like the shadows that are always kind of on Civil's face kind of brighten up a bit. So you can see Civil really in a different light.
Except my own. That's the thing. What you guys are gonna, well, I'm just gonna say it because I feel like this is like since Wick gets like kind of like growing lighter and casting a shadow. What's one thing that you don't see is that Civil themselves does not have a shadow.
Does not have a shadow.
Doesn't
Look
matter.
Down, put that down.
You look down as Wix lights this thing, lights it up, and everyone has a shadow, except for Civil.
Civil does not.
I'd like to use one of my free actions to write that down.
You write that down.
So one thing I can do for free is writing something down on a piece of paper.
Write that down.
And I turn dinner over to you guys.
Oh, goodness. Well, today definitely didn't go how any of us expected, I don't think. I don't think any of us expected to be working in a tea shop today. But, here we are. We all survived. We made it through, a shift in food service will do that to you sometimes.
I got
But we're
burned.
here. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I got, we all got burned a couple times. I'm pretty
Got a
sure. I
paper
know I
cut,
did.
too.
Got burned.
Get the
How did
paper
you?
cut.
Bert killed the guy.
I was gonna be like, how did you get burned if you're the one taking the orders?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I was also
Don't-
running orders
don't-
to people
Don't
sometimes.
don't worry
mind.
about it. It's a
Did
accident,
one-
bro.
Did one of your buddies get too close to the flame again?
Hey, shut up.
Look, I'm just curious here. As
This-
Civil takes like another
Because he's
Civil
a
say, I'm
boss.
just.
I just realized
This
that. Sorry.
listen, it's one of those things. Gets distracted very easily.
I get
If
it,
this
I
is a
get it.
paper cut caused by me,
Oh, I'm sorry. That mail job is prone to accidents, right? Am I right?
Yeah, but there's usually envelopes which are thicker than just pieces of paper, so like you don't have to worry about usually getting paper cut on an envelope. So yeah, it's occupational hazard, but no, not at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those paper cuts.
Elmer's just sipping his tea and looking at Mama and looking at the group and looking back at Mama like, what?
I forgot
Just
he
saying.
was sitting here with us. Like, genuinely.
Just saying.
She's gonna reach over because she's gonna be sitting next to her son.
Of
She's gonna reach
course.
over, just kind
Yeah.
of pat him on the hand a little bit, and just so tell me about what you've been up to lately. What's been going on outside of the obvious, wonderful little tea shop
Besides tea
you've
shop.
grown up here.
What's the name of the tea shop, by the way?
Oh yeah, what is the name?
Give me 1 second, guys.
Questions.
These are the questions that Ryan will never forget not to ask ever again.
It is.
So I forgot to ask the Mothman's name, and that's kicking me in the rear.
It is.
Can I give
Black
you a name?
Dragon Tea Brew.
Okay.
Black
Okay,
Dragon Tea
Tea
Brew
Brew.
is what it's called.
Love that.
I've got a real good one if you want to change it. It's real good. It's very
Nope.
cutesy.
Nope. It's already here. I already did it.
Fine, Pearl Grey can live on somewhere else then.
What?
Pearl Grey can go somewhere else then.
Well, there will be plenty of tea shops. Do not worry.
Multiple tea shops in this
It's
around
the
my
equivalent of the bars here, just tea shop.
Oh, yeah, there's tea shops. There's bars too. Just,
Oh.
alcohol doesn't exist in this world. He looks just like, oh no. Besides the tea shop, ain't really much has been going on. He like kind of sits there. It's like, oh, I really need to get out more. As he thinks about it, he's like, I left the orphanage. I came here. I worked at the moth tower for a little while, taking care of the moths, until I saved up enough money to open the tea shop. And it's been going well. There wasn't one here before, and I feel like people traveling a lot really just need a cup of tea, you know?
I absolutely agree. You have the right idea, in my opinion. I think it's a fantastic little resting spot for those coming and traveling.
Thank you. Did you just use your beanie as a cover for the camera?
Yep.
I love you so much. Anyway, it's like, yeah, I think everyone needs a little, like, just rest for a moment, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're doing well. I really missed you.
I missed you too, Mama. At that, what, Sawyer? What's going
I
on?
was gonna say, as you guys are talking about a rest, you hear a sploosh in the back as Sawyer is like.
Oh my god, we forgot Sawyer.
Oh my god.
Is, like, dunking
We lost the
all of
honor.
their rocks into the sink after realizing this is the perfect opportunity to make everything fresh. And Sawyer's using the industrial I almost just said water shooter.
Well, it is now.
Super soaker.
It is now.
That's
It
what
is-
they're called now, is the water shooters.
The water shooter.
to
Yeah.
clean off spraying all of their rocks, and they're just they're trying so hard not to just jump into the sink themselves, but
smashing
they're
it.
holding their resolve, and you see their pockets are just
I need you to spend a token to hold your resolve.
sure.
Damn, I was hoping you wouldn't.
Everything is
It's fine.
soggy. The floor is soaking wet, and Sawyer's just soaked from the waist down.
Is someone gonna go get your otter friend to come eat, or
I think
no?
No, small fox will
They're
panic
fine.
and
I'm
immediately
sure
the whole
run
table
back there.
stays quiet.
Well, like Sawyer does what Sawyer wants to do.
If they were
Just
paying
doing
more
stuff.
attention to their surroundings, they'd
Oh.
know that we're outside.
Listen, I deserve that. I do.
Do
So
y'all have,
that's a fair
do
shot.
y'all have anywhere to stay tonight, or
No.
no? Well, okay. I got a couple cots upstairs. It's you guys will all sleeping in one room, but it's this place to lay your head down before.
I mean, I sleep in the shell here, so I mean.
He's got a mobile
Okay.
home.
Do you wanna sleep outside? I don't know.
You know what? Yeah, I think I'm actually going to sleep outside. It's not too bad. I kind of have a thing about indoors. Is there a little forest patch that's off on the side here? I know we're on an island.
Not anywhere.
Is there a tree?
It's not too much to ask.
Not anywhere nearby, but if you want to sleep in the tea yard outside.
Oh yeah. I'll sleep among the tea leaves. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Elmer looks very confused, but is supportive.
Elmer, don't worry about it, buddy. It's been a long day.
We- we don't get it either. It's
cold
okay.
and
I would like to point out, I love that he's like, I'm a wanted man, I gotta hide. Can I sleep outside in front of everybody? It's
Clearly
Yeah.
nobody. Clearly nobody cares here.
There's no
Clearly.
bats here. There's no night owls.
Until I meet the one night owl that gets into the tea
The
yard.
one night owl.
The night
He's
owl.
retiring. It's fine.
He's the island's vigilante. Instead of Batman, it's Owlman.
Stop.
Okay, sorry.
It's
I know
him and
I've
a
said it
bird.
before, but this is the show now.
So good. It's so good for me. So yeah, he
Find the
offers
Mothman.
upstairs. The tea house there's a second story. that you guys can stay in. There's blankets, pillows, y'all can make little cots. And
Heck
he
yeah.
offers that to you guys. He lets Mama have the only bed in there because
Obvious.
it's his mom.
Fair enough.
That is his
Privilege.
mother. Just listen, she raised him. She can do whatever.
No,
she
yeah.
wants. Mama does no wrong
This
in,
is allowed.
in his eyes.
It is perfect.
No.
In every way.
Well, I am gonna head. I don't live here. I live down the road. But don't break anything, please. Looking at Sawyer, who is completely soaked in his kitchen.
Listen, it's clean back there, but everything, including Sawyer, is just wet.
Yeah, we're hoping
Like,
that
it
dies
is
in the
just-
morning.
Yeah.
There's a couple
uh,
broken
Don't worry,
plates,
we'll help.
a couple
We'll help
goblets that
clean
are
that.
scattered.
We'll help clean that up in the morning. Don't you worry.
Absolutely, that's no fine. It's fine. Well, I am gonna go get some rest. Do you guys know where you're heading next? Or are you staying here?
No.
All right. Well, then I'll see you in the
We got a
morning. I think.
We got a couple of leads, but nothing too serious yet. So
Well,
we'll see.
I'll
We'll see what we end up doing.
come. I'll open up for breakfast, but I'll come a little early so we can have our own little breakfast before.
Sounds good to me.
Hopefully, the fires are working in the morning. And he gets up and gives Mama a hug, waves to the rest of you, and heads off. Oh no, Xander!
Sorry.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got a phone call. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh no! It's okay. It's okay.
It was
Did I
fine.
mess everything up?
That is fine.
I don't know what happened.
No,
I
you
got a phone
stayed-
call.
Stayed exactly where it
You
was.
stayed
because
where
we
you
didn't,
was,
like,
so you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You didn't
disconnect.
leave, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who would
Uh,
who would do that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Good
who
job,
would leave
Xander.
A
2
monster,
minutes
leave
before
it
the
a
though.
monster
stream?
who's gonna be dead soon.
Okay.
Coming for you.
Jeez, Curtis, you got your days numbered.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh goodness.
So you guys go upstairs, and you guys each have a little cot that you guys can make up for yourselves, except for
Amazing.
Sybil, who's sleeping in the tea garden downstairs.
Are you sure Sawyer's invited upstairs? I'll say
What do you
that
mean?
Sawyer.
You were invited.
Soggy and Stopping Wet will take a minute to organize their rocks in the grass outside so they can all dry, like in
Okay.
a row. And like we'll take a minute to do like a few laps around. And then Sawyer arrives upstairs like fully in full poof.
Oh,
From,
jeez.
like they've just been through like a blow dryer.
Oh no!
Perfect.
Beautiful. All right, so we all sleep in. We all any conversations before we go to sleep? No. All right. We all lay down for rest.
Who
here
snores
is,
the loudest? That's
Uh,
my question.
the
My
one of
angry
the-
nameless god.
your name, yeah, one of the gods.
I just
Okay.
Wick.
Wake snores the loudest.
Just
Confirmed.
demon snores.
Yeah.
So you guys are all laying down to go to sleep. If you would like, you can spend 2 tokens to have a dream that is relevant to the story.
Done.
Yes. Yes.
Done.
Done.
We all
So
doing it. We'll all do it.
are you all doing it?
Civil,
We're
are
all
you doing
in
it?
Sybil, are you doing it?
Together.
Sure.
All right. So everyone.
Can we
take-
all be in a group dream? Can it be?
Can it be that Metal Pony episode where Luna pulls them all into the same dream?
Can it wake up in an expanse?
God. All right. I am going to. I'm just gonna go in order. So Sawyer, you're gonna be first.
Record
Sorry, I
scratch.
don't know what
Oop.
kind of a noise that was. I'm excited. I swear. I was.
Bum, bum,
Sawyer, you go
bum.
to sleep, and you're a few hours into your rest when your consciousness goes into a different place. Sawyer, you are in a garden. The flowers seem to tower above you. You are very small in this dream. And you are sitting and you are counting the blue flowers. 1, 2, 3. It starts to get fuzzy after 3 where you're not really sure what the next number is. And someone laughs and picks you up and puts them in your lap and wraps their arms around you and holds out her hand in front of you and goes, 4. And you go, oh, yeah, 4. You're as a very baby Sawyer is trying to learn how to count as this woman is holding you in her lap, teaching you how to count. 4, 5, and her voice stops. And she looks up, and there, in this beautiful open space, a darkness begins to form. As it looks like just a split day and night, and the night is creeping in. And the woman holding you starts to hyperventilate. She pulls you into her so quickly that you can't see her face. She grabs you and she starts to run. And she runs and she runs, and she is just cradling you to her chest, breathing as hard as she can. And she just goes, it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And you wake up. You wake up in a sweat. You wake up scared. And you look around, you see your friend sleeping. You take a deep breath, and you go back to sleep. That's your dream.
So this is what spending 2 tokens to have a nightmare feels like. Excellent.
Alright. Pixie, you're next.
Let me just get my emotional support, Crab.
Emotional support, Crab.
Crab cake.
You actually don't have a dream. You get woken up in the middle of the night by your nameless god. And he kind of stirs you awake, and you hear it's a very gruff voice, and he says thank you for the food. It's very dark, and this is the first time you have seen your nameless god's form, as he is currently not invisible like he usually is. You see you see the outline of expansive horns and wings that look like a bat. And you, for a moment, you realize just how powerful this passenger that you have taken on is. This is not a tiny, nameless god. This is not a god of one thing. And this humongous power is thanking you.
You did the thing.
I'll make more whenever you want.
And there is a slight chuckle in his voice. And he goes, can it have more chili pepper?
Absolutely.
Just small nod. Is there anything else you would like to ask or talk to your nameless god about
Oh my
while
god,
he is
I'm scared
here?
of spooking him. Ugh.
We've made such progress.
I know! I'm very scared of undoing it. And she'll start to roll over, and she'll roll back over to look at him again and say,
He has not gone away yet.
I like seeing what you look like. It's nice.
There's another chuckle. And he goes, well, not all of us can be as glamorous as Dulcet.
Not all of us should be.
And he goes back invisible. But you have a feeling that he is still there, and that while you sleep, someone is watching over you.
Oh my god. I'm gonna die.
You He's so good in every way.
Protect the large monster!
Dear Tyre.
Civil.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hi.
You rarely dream. There's not been many dreams that you have or remember. But this dream comes to you, and you feel as if it's lucid dreaming. You feel in control of your abilities as you're walking down this. You walk down a endless expanse of white and sand, and you hear the sound of the ocean as you continue to walk down this what seems like a pier. And at the end of this pier, there is a dragon. It is a very large blue dragon, and as it breathes, its smoke comes through into the ocean sky, and he just looks at you. He tilts his head.
I look up at it, and I feel like would just keep kind of keeping eye contact, but getting closer, but not saying anything.
Yeah. You walk closer, and this dragon leans its head down towards you, and you hear this voice almost coming from at you nowhere and everywhere at once. And the voice is kind. The voice is soft. And the blue dragon goes, I am sorry they blame you.
All right. All right.
Woof a dog.
All right. Wait, hold on. Civil, is Civil like close enough to like kind of put his hand? Civil, slowly like puts his hands up to like the blue dragon snout and kind of like puts his forehead like on him, on them, not him, but on them, and like kind of does like slow rums. And I was like, it's okay, I forgive.
Forgiveness is not something many can do. You need
I
to keep that forgiveness with you.
Kind of give like a big hug and like nuzzle if I have one. I'm just like,
you feel the warmth of their breath as they let you hold on to them, and they give you one little like nudge, and they say, your journey is far from over. People will blame you. We'll make sure they know who you are. As the dragon sinks back into the ocean, and you continue with a dreamless night.
So this is when we're hitting trauma. Cool.
That was a favorite one I read. Oh, yeah, the dragon one was a favorite one. Anyway, all right. God, I have Jethro and Jericho in my head. I know it's Jericho though, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Jericho,
Yes.
my sweet, my darling.
Yes. What trauma will we beseech today?
You dream of a castle.
Oh.
You dream as you look up at this castle and you see a form in the window. And you see Jerry sitting outside the window.
Okay.
Jerry is not acknowledging you like he usually does. He
Okay.
is waiting outside this window as the window opens up and the light is hitting in such a way that you cannot see the form besides knowing that a person is there.
Okay.
And they are holding a letter as they give it to Jerry and give Jerry a little kiss on the top of his head. And Jerry flies down to you, holding a letter.
What was that about, man? It's like you usually always respond when I call you. Like what was this about?
He holds out a letter and
Okay.
take the letter, and it's on the front. It's just a D, which is
Okay. Okay.
what the initial of your pen pal lover.
Oh.
Also, hi, welcome in, Raiders. We're having trauma dreams.
It's
Hello.
fine. Everything's
Hi.
great.
Hi.
Welcome to our Wanderhome morning game.
We're doing okay.
We're
Everything's doing
fine, thanks.
fine.
How are you?
We're
Um,
doing.
So
you
okay.
receive this letter and then the G on the front of it. And the front of it, that is the how your your pen pal, signed
Mhm.
her letters.
Mhm.
It smells like roses. It's always smelled of roses. As you open the letter, and it just says, "Help me," and you wake up.
Ow. Um. Uh. He probably wakes up in a cold sweat.
Yeah.
Probably the smell like of the roses probably is still in his nose a
Yep.
little bit. Um. And he just looks at Jerry, who is probably still asleep.
Jerry's sleeping.
He just tries not to. Uh. He tries not to wake him up because he works hard. Uh. If I go in the bag, like in the messenger bag, is there anything there?
You go in the messenger bag, and there is still the letter that she last wrote you. Which you wrote back, and she still has not replied to.
That's concerning. Okay. Oh, they gotta bring this up in the morning. Or if we don't, what do we do? We'll figure that out in the morning. And he'll probably just take a walk and then come back and go back to bed.
Take a little walk. You walk by Sybil, who is also just woken up from his dream. You guys give a little sup nod, and then just go back.
This place is freaky. You know that, right?
Just a little bit.
There's no reason. Actually, if Civil is up, Jericho will confide in Civil because Civil has confided in Jericho a little bit. And he'll share the story. He's like, well, look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say sip coffee. Is there coffee here?
Sure.
It's just takes an espresso bean, but yeah, I know it's 3:00 in the morning. You know what brings friends closer than trauma dumping at 4 a.m.
Right.
Amen.
That's how
we've-
I have become closest to all of my current friends.
We've all been there. But then he'll be like, yeah, I gotta bring that up in the morning, and I don't want to. More like I don't want to recognize it, but it's getting weird now.
And weird.
Yeah. Usually there's a 2-week reply period. We usually back and forth. It's 2 weeks, and moths carry fast, and I don't want to immediately get a message back, but I like seeing the note. But it's been 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, I think something happened.
Oof. Well,
I know where last they were at.
where were they?
Oh, back home, but they were in this castle. Jerry really likes her, and if I If something happens, Jerry will never forgive me ever.
I can understand that. Having to do something that you feel that you need to do.
What are you doing up this early?
Civil, I guess you're seeing him like in the tea garden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that Twilight phase, you know.
Yeah, so it's just like Civil is like kind of like made a patch and like nuzzled himself like into like tea leaves that are like onto the ground. Like, yeah, he's like mashed himself into the ground with the tea leaves and whatnot. He's like, and he kind of just like slowly starts getting up and just like sits down. He's like, well, I had a dream of an old friend, I guess you would say.
But that's a
I guess
good thing, right?
Uh,
Oh, I also had a dream about a friend, and it was bad. So wait a minute, I redact that previous statement. You know who that's on? That's on me. Sorry.
yeah. I don't know if
I
you've
love
heard.
planting flat seeds. It's good for me.
It's gonna look over to Jerry. It'll be like, yeah. So, stream I've had. You know that you heard of that dragon? That
I've seen the watered posters. Yeah.
yeah. What if I told you I was innocent to a degree?
Are you?
You are.
I believe. yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. Being like, I mean, I believe.
I'd trust you. Like,
You know that-
let's call a
To
spade a
a
spade.
degree.
Like, we can call a spade here. Like, you know, I think you're okay. Like, I don't think it's gonna be, you know. Not that I don't see you as the dragon slaying type, but I also see that as a lot of effort. And, well, we all know how effort goes.
Civil laughs, like he laughs like kind of hard, I believe, while his like bones start cracking as he moves, and he's
That's
like,
what I mean, right?
sipping
It's
on
right
his
there.
I was like, you know, a lot of people probably don't have the hindsight to look at me and be like, yes, Civil, the snapping turtle, the dragon slayer, because that makes sense as he like gestures around.
But like, if you did it, like I could see you doing it, but I also see it goes both ways. Like I could see you really being like, I'm gonna kill this dragon, and you doing it, but then you'd be like, I'm gonna kill this dragon next week.
Civil looks over to Jericho. He's like, you know, I can understand that, and I do possibly have. As he thinks about like ending a life, he thinks about it pretty long, like, and there's like a silence, and he's like, it's never really something I feel like you want to do, never
No.
something that you feel like you need to do. And to me, as you looks down at the leaves and he kind of like picks one up, he's like, I did a lot of fighting before, and you know, a lot of people probably look at me and see a lot of things that they don't like, but I'm just trying to get by.
I get that.
I'm just trying to make something again after all this.
Then you tell me, did you do it?
I didn't.
Then I believe you.
It
Then
goes
you're
a long.
innocent.
It goes a long way, Jericho.
Listen, this place might have no policies, but we're not lawless animals.
True.
Not anymore.
Civil kind of chuckles, and as he takes a cigarette from his pack and puts it behind his ear.
That's the equivalent of.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Can I just? I need to know. need to know if turtles have ears in this world. Or
This
if
one
it's
does.
tiny flap. Like tiny flap.
It's just like a
Yeah.
it's like a tiny flap that is like flush against his ears.
and
so
he
when
pop-
puts it, like,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was
You
imagining.
just pop it out at will and
'cause, like,
just stick it
try-
behind there
Because like trying to
for story
illustrate
for plot purposes.
Mama Fox with a pen behind her ear when it doesn't make sense. It's very, very awkward.
I would just,
Almost put your turtle cigarette behind, but he's wearing a hood, so I couldn't like put it behind his ear.
hey, my favorite little bit about that would be like Sybil's just like taking the cigarette out slow, and Jack goes, "No, I don't smoke." He goes, like, "Oh, sorry, I misread it." It's like when you go for a high five with somebody who's like not into it, you're like, "Oh, my bad."
Oh, good.
More for me.
There you go.
I misread the situation. That's my bad. I wouldn't pick up one of your cigarettes. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't.
Don't worry, it's okay.
I gotta set an example for Jerry. He's a chain smoker.
Oh, really addicted to that light, huh?
Oh God, man. That's how I got burned today. He's like, "Ooh, what is this? A Bunsen? No, get away from there. You serve."
You're
like,
all fired.
They're all fired.
That's what got us into trouble was fire. Like it's the whole thing.
When you have to lead a group of people into an unknown subject, it's like I understand.
It's even worse when they have absolutely no object permanence.
Absolutely none.
Mama.
Sorry. I know we like kind of dominated that for a moment.
No, you're
Sorry.
good. I just let you guys have that scene.
No,
It was good.
good. It's good.
Our last dream. Mama. You actually are not going to get a trauma dream tonight because
What?
you have.
Because you're the favorite. Like, clearly.
Mm.
Listen,
Yeah.
you didn't
We're
have a
just a
trauma
middle-
dream. You had a nice conversation.
Which makes me feel like a trap.
Which means it's coming.
Which means that God is going to eat me. Like,
I didn't say trauma dream, but I did not say trauma memory. Mama.
Oh no.
You dream of a life you had before the orphanage, before anything. You dream of two men lying in a tent in the middle of a war who just love each other, who found each other in the worst of circumstances. You see every touch, every kiss, every "I'll see you when you come back." And in a flash of lightning, you see that final moment when he died. You see the black ink of a slaughtering god cover his body. You see the last words he said to you was "run." You see the person who saved you. There is a lot of people like to glorify that war, like to say like, "Oh, we saved ourselves. The world is saved. Like nothing can hurt us anymore." But a lot of people don't see the loss. And then there's people who have to live with that loss for the rest of their life. You all wake up the next morning. Elmer has already made breakfast for each of you.
The moment she wakes up, she just grabs her handkerchief and just wraps it around her neck and just ties it around her neck.
You tie your first love's handkerchief around your neck. There is a comfort to it. There is a knowing that it wasn't him when he died. It was someone else that had been taken over.
God, this is so fucked.
Elmer has made breakfast for each of you. He has little plates out for each tiny god and each little bee. and brings you guys are now at breakfast after your eventful night.
Lil Fox will still make sure her gods are fed first, and she does make extra chili powder hot cocoa again.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gone.
She's so
He loves
fucking
it.
excited. She's made a note the moment it was light outside and she could write without waking up one of the gods that gave light. She like scribbled it in. More chili powder. And she starts to sketch what he looks like and then blots it out. There's a big ink blot on that page now as she has hidden what he looks like because she realizes if he is not ready to show himself to everybody else, then it's not her place to put him in the book that way.
Mhm.
So,
Next time you talk to him, you can definitely ask his permission, but as of right now, he is not giving you that permission.
she's
So how
just
did
gonna wait
everyone
until he
sleep?
starts showing himself to other people. Like, she's not even asking. She's just
Fair.
decided that it's not appropriate. Like,
Absolutely fair.
When we're all kind of downstairs and waking up a little bit, Sybil, would you notice the handkerchief?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Silver was there when he took it off his body, so.
So, like, I noticed this, and I think I'm gonna be like reserved about it at least, but I'm gonna come to the table and like purposely sit next to you, and now I'm just gonna put an arm around your shoulder and kind of like,
So she'll kind of lean her head and just
yeah,
rough night for you too.
Civil just kind of nods their head.
God,
and-
what was in that tea?
Did Elmer drug
Something.
us?
God, I
Everybody
hope
else have an LSD trip last night? He's like, I don't know. If it
I'll
was
have
just
some
the
words with that
TVs.
boy if he did anything to that tea.
No, of course he didn't. He never in his life. Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah, just kind of leans her head over and just. Sometimes those memories get to you.
You're telling me. Dragon showed up last night.
Did he?
Yeah. They were as nice as I remembered. It didn't make it easier.
Never does.
No. This is why it's good to still have each other during this, huh?
I think so.
Sybil kind of smiles and like nuzzles their head to Mama's, and like they take a sip of their coffee and just kind of like keeps Mama close and just kind of sits beside them and just trying to be as close as possible, but just kind of revering the
That
No.
comfortable silence that only really comes from years of knowing each other.
Mhm.
So we're all, because that was silent. That was like between you guys, I assume. Yeah.
Well, everyone was there, so.
I mean, yeah.
Everyone's there. We're not.
Yeah.
We're like, we're talking out loud, but we're not like it's we're having a conversation between each other. I think.
Speaking of weird things that happened last night.
No.
When we get back to the mainland, there's somewhere I need to go. I haven't heard from someone in
Couple of
like a really long time.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go check that out.
We got a couple of options on our plate. I think we got a couple of things that we could do. A couple of places we could go. We're all gonna go together. I don't think we see any use of us splitting off right now.
No.
So Yeah.
I'm afraid something has happened to somebody that I do. So I know we have timelines, and I know we have like priorities on things that need to be done, and I'm all for like putting this on the list. Uh, but this might have someone in danger, like someone actually might be hurt on this one.
It sounds all the more reason to go and check it out.
I don't want to overstep someone else's. Like, we all have our own lists, and I don't want to
Nothing to
like
overstep,
make it
honey.
priority. I don't want to make it like we have to do this first. Uh, if something else comes up, I'm more than happy to do that first. I just this shakes me to my core a little bit, and I want to make sure that this person is okay.
Sybil, Sybil just kind of looks over. Is like Jericho. No, nobody, no, nobody deserves to be hurt anymore. We're gonna do everything we can.
And he will pull out the last letter that he got from them, and put it on the table. He goes, "This is someone really close to me. Uh, uh, we've been writing back and forth for years since I even took before I even took the job. It's part of the reason I took the job of moth carrier was to be able to go roam and maybe find this person one day. And we used to write each other all the time, and I've got a small catalog of these things at home. I just I haven't heard from them in a very long time. If they've moved on, they've moved on. That's fine. I'm happy with that. But I also want to know that they're at least okay. And like if you, for context, if you guys want to read it, you can. He looks over at Fox because you already know what this says. So. Good morning.
Good morning to you too.
Sawyer like walks through the back with all of their rocks in their arms, just like tears streaming down their cheeks. Like, okay, what did I miss?
Oh, no.
And just like sits on the ground and starts like stuffing their pockets, and just like looks up and sees that everybody else is also very sad this morning, and goes, "Okay, just tell me where to go. I have no schedule. Who's up first?"
Come sit at the table. You're sweating.
So,
You've graduated to the adults table.
we tap the space.
for the players, so you guys know the options that you have currently. The three places that you have been connected to right now: Fortaire, Fortaare, is the desert where this desert kingdom where the Smiling God's grave is. That is where the last letter that Curtis got from Slowpoke. We have Illicit, Illicet. That is the town where our Family Fox's sister is. There's also the orphanage that Mama helped build is in that city. And then we have the only place where a castle can be found in this continent, which is the Floating Mountain. And that is where, in their dream, you saw the castle. And the only castle in Hoth is the Floating Kingdom. So those are your three options.
Whew.
All right.
Decisions.
Decisions.
Is there a which one's closer, or are they conveniently equidistant from where we are?
You guys are on the top right of the continent. The floating mountains would be the furthest away. It would be the floating mountains. So you guys are up here. Floating mountains are down here. Illicit's like here, and Fortura is like straight across up. So like the floating isle of Fortua. It's like a triangle where they are.
I feel like going in order is probably most efficient. we can hit
Yes.
Fortua
Well-
and then.
For Fortura, Mama and Curtis haven't told anyone that they need to go to Fortura yet.
That's why I didn't say it in a character voice. This is me
Yeah.
just discussing,
It's
like, practically
secret.
speaking. Like,
So right now the party really only knows Illicit and the Floating Kingdom as two options, except for Civil and Mama.
Well,
And I can't split the party to different continents. I'm sorry, I won't do it.
That's
so
Too far away.
this is a good point though to maybe then I'm going to, because I gave the letter to Mama,
Mhm.
I'm going to look at Mama and then look at the letter on the table there, being like,
Mom will absolutely pick up what you're putting down and go shuffling through her many pockets of stuff and just nope.
Nope.
Like one of, pulls out
That's
like
that
some
was.
some clippers. Not that one.
1 second.
Just gets to a pocket like right up here, and just opens it up and sees the letter. Just there it is. Okay. We also have a letter.
Yeah.
That would add to the options, as if we don't already have many of them.
And this is not the smallest option. Just gonna say that. Getting the shock factor over. This message coded is saying that the slobbering god lives. Civil takes a second as the words kind of like drawl out. And he says, I have a friend from back when named Slowpoke. She's very nice. I trust her very much. Mama knows her too. She wouldn't have said anything if it didn't mean that it was worth something to know. Especially sending it to me and what we used to use back then. Now, I've already responded the best way that I could, but we come across a few problems. A, the biggest one being the slobbering gods themselves. And B, I am not the most... I was going to say wanted, but I am the most wanted person there. but not in the greatest means.
Even the opposite.
Yes. So we have two problems there, but it's good enough to add. I apologize for the late saying, but come on. As he looks around the table, he's like, yeah, you had to understand where we're coming from. This is old news for me. This is
Better
only
late than never.
Yeah, this is only stories for you. For the rest of you, this is something that I don't think any one of us is prepared for.
how do my small gods react to hearing that this big angry god, who I know from Spot's reactions that the Great God Wars were a big deal, do any of them react at all?
You would know this. So your gods, the tiny gods were made from the two original gods. So it's basically telling them that their dad's alive. So there's a mixture of feelings from all of them.
I mean, to be fair, if Zeus was told that Kronos was fucking around, he'd be terrified. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
100%. The ones that give off like an air of like concern would be mostly Dulcet.
Mhm.
Dulcet is made mostly of light, so the light bringer was really who she
Aw.
like. So
Yeah.
you get nervous energy from Dulcet. Lilt less so,
Mhm.
because Lilt is made of darkness.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to them.
Same thing with Nadir, I'm guessing.
Same thing with Nadir. Nadir is just like you're telling them. You can't think of them in mortal forms. You gotta
Yeah.
think of them as gods, because they are.
Yep.
Wick doesn't seem to have an opinion. Wick's just here.
What's in
Me
between
too,
those
Wick.
eyes? Nothing. No
What?
brain.
got no brain.
Not a damn, not a
Just
damn
warm.
thought.
You
too,
do
Wick.
not. You don't sense your nameless god.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh.
That's
You don't sense
Concerning.
him right now.
much more frightening than the rest of that. Okay.
Mhm.
Fuck. All right. I make a note later.
You can spend a token to find him.
I.
That's right. I have to take away 2 tokens. I have 3 now.
Yes. I
Spend
would,
a
like,
token to find him.
I would very much like to find him.
Okay, so you take a token, and at the moment of like concern, like, oh god, okay, the one I just found out is like the biggest, baddest one is gone. Where, and you look up, and you see a shadow of what you saw last night, sitting on the roof of the tea house. And he hadn't seen him, but you see the shadow of him and a shadow of a hot cocoa cup.
Oh my
Ah.
god. Oh, we're
just
fine
vibing.
then. My whole heart. Fuck.
He's just vibing. He has to listen to you guys talk all the time.
No,
because
I
you guys don't know
know.
he's there. So he's just
We
like, I'm
talk
just
for
gonna go over there.
Valid. Valid.
Creeping.
Get it. Did you make Batman? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Batman?
Oh my
He's
God.
sitting on the gargoyle with his hot
No, that's
cocoa?
Sawyer. Anyway. Continue.
So weird, Batman. I would love that. Otter.
Oh.
Honor them. This is, so
So you guys have been told that the slobbering god is still alive, which is a horror story and for all of you who've had growing up.
This is so much heavier
Oh,
than all of
God.
the rocks in Sawyer's pocket.
You got that right. Sorry to kill.
Motion-
Sorry to
emotional
tell you this,
weight
kitty.
rocks.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry to tell you this, kiddos, but yeah, the stories were true. It's all true.
They know
Okay,
the
Han
war,
Solo.
Herman.
It's
They're
real.
aware.
Really?
The stories are true.
The curse
They're all
is real.
true.
My
The
dream.
curse is real.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
god. So what do we do first?
If it was up to me, I'm up for saving a life. But I'm often going to a city where I'm not wanted. Well, where I am wanted, but not wanted at the same time.
I think we all have some positives and negatives going to every location.
Yes. But if there's immediate threat,
I'm gonna give you this one for free. The place where the palace was probably not the best place for civil either.
well,
We're gonna have to get civil to decide.
I've got
or
connections.
it
It's
could-
fine.
you know what, gang? I think I'm just gonna be a problem in general. So wherever we go,
Mans is wanted.
I
just gonna-
identify
Yeah,
as
it's
a
fine.
as a burden.
I'm just gonna.
Am
You know-
I, the DM,
Rip.
setting up a courtroom episode where Nadir has to be a lawyer? Perhaps, but it's not.
Oh my
Perhaps a maybe.
god, yes.
oh my god, hold on. Is this gonna be bird law?
Please.
Is this
Bird law.
Is this bird law?
Harvey
Bird
Birdman,
law?
attorney at law.
Oh crap.
I'm sorry. The dear shadow taker, attorney at law.
Oh,
Cool.
goodness.
Does he have a law degree? Are you gonna question a god?
Are you gonna
No.
question? Yeah. I'm sorry. He
Object.
answers to a higher court. Get out of here.
Objection.
Overruled.
I feel like we
Uh,
just did the episode. We could just flash forward
Just,
to
just
us
do
in
bird court.
the court. How did we get here? And then the rest of the show is a flashback. Like the rest
There
of the
is a question that I ask in one of the seasons where if everyone answers a certain way, we just skip the entire fucking season. It just goes to the next season. It's like you don't know
Goddamn.
what happened, but you're gone.
Oh
Your
my
next
gosh.
season. Yeah.
We didn't get asked the question at the start of the game.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And Jericho puts out a piece of paper and he like starts like writing that. He goes, okay, so pro con. First place in the corner. We know the unnamed Fox sister is there. We all know that.
No,
and
that's Fortar. Fortar is the desert island of the. Fortar is over here, where
Yes.
the desert and the not the smiling
Sorry.
god. Jesus Christ, that is
Slobbering
Night Vale.
god.
that's
We are
the
not
Sure
at
is
Night
opposite.
Night
Vale.
Vale.
The slobbering god's grave is. That's where the final
Okay.
battle took place.
So
All that jazz.
he will then throw that down there. He goes, okay, desert, heat, dead god resurrection. Dot.
Cons.
Cons. Dead god resurrection.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dead God Resurrection. God.
Heat. But important. And then he goes to the town. Positives. Sister is there. Slowpoke is there.
Slowpoke's in the desert.
Oh, he's in
Folks
the
in the
desert.
desert.
Sorry,
Orphanage
move
is
things
there.
around. Sorry, orphanage is there.
Orphanage is there.
Orphanage is there. And he goes, wanted turtle. Con.
Everywhere.
That's an everywhere.
He
problem.
goes in the corner of the piece of paper and makes a key. Asterisk. Symbol is
Con.
wanted everywhere
Wanted
we go.
turtle.
Dot.
We just make a stamp and put it on the map that's just a turtle shell for wanted, and then there's another one that's with an X through the turtle, not wanted. So when we clear his name at all these places, we can re-stamp it.
Bingo.
Sawyer, I'm gonna need a turtle stamp.
There you go, Sawyer.
What? I need you. I need
That's
you
a
to
good
find a
job.
turtle stamp.
Listen,
Please don't
if
kill a turtle.
if I end up with a stamp for everybody here, like, I'll probably. Can we just find cement at some point? I can just make a little
To cast your own.
of everybody, and then use that cast.
Yeah,
as, like,
sure.
a
You can
mold
find
to
that in a
make
major city.
Ah,
I'm adding
Heck
it
yeah.
to my shopping list.
we'll call it the printing press. Bah.
Using all of the
Um,
money I have, clearly.
Cool. And then in the corner, where the mountains would be, where the castle would be,
Floating mountain. Yep.
floating mountain. Con, turtle still wanted. Positive. Question mark, because I don't think Jericho knows this is a positive there yet.
Valid. That's valid.
Cons, possible trauma.
Mm.
I
Put
want
that
to
one
hold this one
everywhere,
off.
she says over his shoulder. Put that
You
one
know what?
everywhere.
That's a fair that's a
geez.
fair point.
That's
Trauma.
All over the
Trauma.
place.
Oh yeah, yeah. Put that,
Question mark.
put that down. Put that one
Okay.
down. Yeah.
Trauma's huge, but also completely off the record here. Not sure I personally am prepared to go after a god right now, so I don't think
I don't think
I
any of us
also,
are personally.
I also think that that one can wait a minute. If
So-
we hear anything else, anything new, it might change later on, kind of priorities later. But right now, all we have is the one letter.
Also,
So I don't think it'll be too terrible to kind of wait on that while we go and help a life out.
I think we go save Jericho's friend, but then, if we could go see my sister when we get a chance, because right now,
You'll have to pass through the city to get to the
Well-
floating mountains.
well, what I was thinking was, A, it's somewhere safe to stay. B, she, like all the foxes in my family, when we grow up and leave home, we spend our time wandering and exploring until we find our name and settle down. And if she's settled down, that means she's done a lot of adventuring and wandering already, so she might know some things closer to there than we do. We're wandering through different places, so maybe she'll also have information for us.
That's not a good. That's not a bad
If
idea.
we're passing through there anyway, right? It's on the way.
Yeah.
I'd like to go
Buddy.
see my kids. I know most of them are grown up by now, but I'm sure some of them are still stuck around.
So he writes then writes on the map. Stop at city on the way to castle. God last. That way we can GTFO if things go south.
So we're gonna go
I think we got it in order.
illicit floating kingdom Fortair.
Yep.
Unless
And,
other
'cause-
things get in the way between the kingdom and the god hunting. I feel
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
we'll not attach that one on the map.
Just gonna
We'll
move.
leave it alone, but we have a big flag next to it, like on the war table in Dragon Age. Like we know We can go there. We're just not going yet. Like,
We're just
Exactly.
we don't have enough like influence points yet to go to
influence
that side of the map.
exactly. It's not unlocked yet. It's
not
just
It is unlocked. You can go there. Just
yeah, but
you're
it's
level
a
like
hinterlands dragon.
you're level
where
like
it's
Yeah, it's
70,
the
and
Hinterlands.
they're level
unlocked.
like
Where like you walk
he-
in, you're like, it's fine, it's not fine, it's not fine, it's not fine.
Under the asterisk that says Civil is wanted pretty much everywhere we go, he makes another asterisk. Plan subject change in case of God intervention. Because now we're not lawless animals. Now we can go. Now we can never say we didn't have a plan.
Jericho has a very specific set of values, but bless him, he sticks to them.
We just need to make
so-
sure that everyone's in alignment.
the fires did start this morning. Your little witches did learn a bit and can now start sending people up. They can't do a lot, but they're doing their best. There's now like kind of like a curfew for a little while of like, hey, after this part, we're tired. We can't do this all day anymore. We're doing our best. They're learning. So you guys are able to get on a balloon to head off to we're heading toward Illicit first,
Yes.
the city. Beautiful. Before we leave this place,
Oh no.
I have to ask a very important question to one very important person. Mama, darling, I know this is only our third episode, but are you home?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't think any of you are home yet here. All right. Sarah nodded. Was I confirmed? We're like,
Oh.
yeah, I want to stay here. You're good. You're good.
No, I have a wholesome thing for Pixie real quick. I would say this in character, but I'm gonna cry. All of your small and forgotten gods, the more people we're meeting are becoming less and less forgotten. And I just needed to say that out loud. I know, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I was just
It's true.
But they've got a point.
You know, it's a good joke, a great joke even.
It's a great joke,
I
in
need
fact.
you to stop
Great joke,
anyway.
you- You just don't let it go.
It's so good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
I'm
church
still
of
crying.
Wick. He's gonna be
The Church
worshipped
of Wick.
by every tea shop owner.
I am its first member.
Oh my
Trust
god.
me. And me the person.
You the Xander,
Me
not
the
the
person.
mama. Got it.
I love very much that
Me, the
like
Xander.
your job is to
Oh.
find homes for these. You're like, but Wick isn't going anywhere. But Wick is
Oh,
staying
Wick's
with
home
me.
is with
I've
me.
adopted Wick.
No, Wick's home is with me. Okay.
Yeah.
I always need light. I'm an adventurer. What if I never find a name or a home? I'm keeping him.
Wick is our home.
Aww.
Oh.
We
I mean, there's an
stand-
argument to say that Wick has his home on him at any point
Yeah,
in time. Like
That's fair.
being a snail, he chooses to be with us.
Elmer gives you guys a bag of tea, not for you to keep,
Oh.
but for you to
Oh.
give to the air balloon person because we don't have money. We work on a barter system.
Fair.
I love that for us.
So gives you that to give the air balloon person to give you passage to Islet. Keep an eye on that because barter system is real thing. So keep an eye on what you have and what you collect so you can exchange it for goods and services and things that you want. I can't just let you guys keep going like, well, I have this, and I'm like, do you? It's plausible that you have it.
I have my
Um,
fucking cotillion dress, Cat. I
Oh
have
my-
it. Okay.
I have my cotillion dress. You do not have your
I
cotillion
had
dress,
fucking
Siren.
reasons, and I'm mad.
Oh my god.
I can just anybody who needs the service done, I can just deliver their mail for them and not have they don't have to worry about registering
Yes.
it.
100%.
Amazing.
That
You
feels
can
like a
just
really
let 'em.
good way for terrorist organizations to accidentally happen. You don't have to register your mail if you go through this one.
Listen, I've already
Uh,
committed mail fraud, and that was to help Civil
you
out.
got
Oh, that's fair.
you guys head up into the clouds. Mama going back to holding very tight to her bees because dear God, she hates heights.
Just
We will
Dear
find a
God, I
different
hate
mode of
this.
travel once we are not here. And you guys head off to your next adventure.
To elicit, which sounds very strange in a cozy game.
Everything's fine. It's fine. And that is where we're gonna end this episode today.
Yay.
Today was very
Thank
fun.
you guys so much for joining us. I'm sorry that I had to give you trauma to give you plot points.
No, you're not. Don't
Oh,
fucking
buddy.
apologize.
Don't apologize.
No.
But you guys are heading off to you guys made a good plan. You guys did this is the right way to do this. The way you're doing.
Fantastic.
You can collect a lot more lore
You mean
about
going
stuff.
immediately to the slobbering god's grave right out the gate is not a good idea?
It was a
Probably
choice.
not the best idea. Definitely a
It was
decision.
a choice.
No, you're all
Mailman
home now
versus
because
God.
you all die here. You're
Because you
forced
all
to
are
be home
dead
here.
So yeah, so thank you for joining us. Are we rating? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm sending love over to Perception Studio.
We're gonna go over to
Hello.
Perception Studio and give them some
Perception
love.
Studio.
Happy raid.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and happy traveling, friends. See you later.